Welcome to the video, guys. We're doing Derek Clayton today on the River Wyre. What do we have there? Look at that number 23. Do you remember from the case before? Number 23. Don't forget that number, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to walk around the area. It's quite an interesting area, quite mysterious to be fair. These little jetties were very interesting. I'm sure they're quite common on these rivers, but I haven't seen any like that before myself. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to keep on walking down this way. Anyway, this area here is the promenade where Derek Clayton was last seen, okay? So this is very close to Blackpool. The promenade there, as you can see, just thought I'd show you guys where he was last seen. It was around here, well, between there and back up where we were, which is up here. Yeah, so that's where he was last seen officially, and in a second we're going to revert back to the area. So back in the car park. Now, a car here was forensically analysed on a video, which we've seen on YouTube previously. So we're going to start in the car park and we're going to walk along the river and see what we find. Very odd feeling in this car park, from what I was told from my friend who was here. Here's the police when they were there, forensic suits on, Skipple Creek car park. I'm sure you guys have seen this already. There's the police cordon, police do not cross, tape. Clearly a crime scene, to be honest. So yeah, as I say, odd isolated feeling here, and I'm pretty sure it's like that, you know, in that area generally, but just had a strange feeling about it from what I was told. Anyway, back on the river, and this creek, I say river, it's a creek onto the River Wyre, approximately a mile away from the River Wyre. We're going to walk around like usual and just see how the place looks, and the possibility that Derek Clayton, you know, would be up this way. Obviously he's gone somewhere. So from past experience, we know that water, tragically, is normally an area where people can be found. Obviously, we all hope that he's alive and well. But we're going to have a little look around and just show people the area in person, which is what we do on our videos. Does seem to be a lot of missing persons lately, or maybe in general, near water, on water, canals, rivers, etc. What are people's thoughts on that? Is it suspicious? Is it just the fact that it's an easy target for people, or is it just the fact that people often are careless and that's just how it happens? Strange, really, isn't it? You'd think that all dangerous places would cause high deaths, like cliffs, high buildings and stuff. They don't. It's generally water, bridges, water, isolated areas near rivers and canals. And whenever we come to these places, they always do have an odd feeling about them. And the number 23 is quite ironic because we know why. It's very strange, that is, to be honest with you. What are people's thoughts on that? So, what does everybody think about this area? Now, we aren't very far from you-know-where. We're downstream on the River Wyre. This little creek right here leads directly to the River Wyre, approximately half a mile away, if you check on the map. What are we thinking? It's a very strange area, very isolated. No people. When my colleague, friend, etc. filmed here, they met nobody. No member of the public, very quiet. So, yeah, personally, I think it's a little bit of a dodgy area. Anything could have happened there. It may not have, but it may have. Easily possible. As you can see from the video, got boats, little jetties, It's quite isolated, to be honest. So back on the topic of cases near water, missing persons near water. This area does look very familiar to numerous other areas where people have gone missing near water. And also has a strange, similar feeling, as I'm sure you're picking up from the video. And it's worth bearing in mind that the tide here is out, the tide is low. We're told that when the tide is in, the water comes all the way up to where the grass started on the banks there. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk down this road, just see what we find, and retrace his possible last steps, or not last steps, but last steps that were known. Obviously, if he has disappeared, it won't be his last steps, of course. But this is the area where he last could have been, and it's certainly where the police think he may have last been, because as you saw, they had the forensic team there in the car park, and they were looking at the car, and it was shut off as a crime scene for a number of days, I believe. So as you can see, the water there is very low, but very fast flowing down into the River Wyre. It flows into the River Wyre not far from where it meets the Irish Sea, near Fleetwood, well, in Fleetwood, which is near Blackpool, on the coast. So anyway, as we always do, showing everybody every last little bit. We have a little walk around, little walk over these little jetties. I don't live near the seaside myself, so when I see things like this, they're quite interesting, you know. So guys, do we think this case is related to any other cases in the area? The river is very similar. The person has gone missing right by the water, be it they were seen by the promenade, which is right by the seafront. Now, we know that the police have indeed searched the seafront, so if Derek Clayton had gone into the water there, I feel like it wouldn't have gone unnoticed. It's quite a busy area in terms of tourists and people walking around on the beach. So that's my thoughts on that. So we're going to have a little walk over this field in a second, have a little explore over there. That house that you can see in the distance there, that is a very strange looking house. And I know it's not a strange looking house on the face of it, but it's literally in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing else around it. Almost like those farmhouses you see in America, where you've got vast, flat plains of nothing, and then there's like a random farm in the middle of nowhere. A little bit like on the film Twister, tornado film. Reminds me of that. So, but the thing is, all these boats belong to somebody. So this area must be busy at times, you know, when the weather's better maybe, or I don't know. But it was like a ghost town, they said. And as you can see on the video, it is pretty much like deathly quiet. Apart from the running water, of course. So guys, we're going to keep walking. Lots of these random little wooden paths on the field. Lots of flooded areas, but we're going to keep walking. Now, lots of private houses around here. Lots of places that look like they own a lot of land, and almost like America, where you've got sort of a house and acres, hundreds of acres of land. Very strange to be seeing this round, you know, sort of Blackpool area, around the River Wyre. But I'm sure it's normal around there. But for me, I found it a little bit odd. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk along here a little bit, show you guys sort of, you know, where we are, what we're doing, and then we're going to walk back along the River Wyre, well, the creek which leads to the River Wyre, and then along the river a little bit, and just show people where Derek Clayton may have last been seen, because at the end of the day, this man has not been found yet, and you know, where would he be? You know, at the end of the day, he was last seen on the promenade, which we've showed you, which is by the seafront, and by the river in the car park. So he's either, in my opinion, walked off and gone somewhere random, or tragically, if he hasn't done that, he's either in the river or the sea, which is where we're looking right now on the camera. So that's quite a serious thing to be doing, well, to be looking at. But that is what we're looking at right now. Not sure what the police are doing about it. I'm pretty sure they haven't given up, and I'm pretty sure they haven't not looked around where we are now. However, we are looking anyway there again, and we're going to show everybody the whole area. So, as you can see, there are a lot of houses around here that are very isolated on their own, almost like America, to be fair, in the middle of nowhere. It looks like quite a nice place to live, but a little bit dodgy, if I'm honest, a little bit sort of suspicious. So what we're doing, we're going back down the river now. I say down, we're going down the creek towards where it meets the River Wyre and towards the Irish Sea. Yeah, as you saw the sign back there, Skipple. We're going back down the creek towards where the River Wyre meets the creek. And again, lots of these little jetties, little sort of things for people to go out on the boats. Yeah. So guys, what we have here? We have a little car park, a couple of vans parked up. Skipple car park where the vans are parked, all the caravans and stuff. So we're going to keep going along the river, past all the boats as we can see there. Keep going up. Now, if anybody's losing track, you can check on the map where we are. We haven't gone that far, to be fair. We're walking downstream, down the creek towards the River Wyre, and where the River Wyre meets the sea. So, here we are. As you can see, more boats, more cars, more jetties to the water. Very weird area. For me, anyway. Very strange area. Very isolated. Lots of boats, lots of cars, but not a lot of people. Which is a little bit odd for me, anyway. So we had a little walk around, you know, check the area out. Why not? Derek Clayton may have been around here. Derek Clayton may have been murdered around here, may have been taken around here, may have tragically died around here. Hopefully not, but obviously that's a possibility. So we're going to walk along this little fence here, which is private property, and we're going to have a little look around. So stay tuned, guys. So this area was very flooded. Decided not to walk any further, decided to go back along the little creek, back to the river, well, back to the creek, hence the main river. Lots of water in the area, lots of flooded areas, lots of muddy paths, can't walk along them. So back to here. As we can see, now, what are people thinking about Derek Clayton? Are we thinking that it may be linked to another case? We all know he was an aerospace engineer. Anyway, we're going to walk back along the river here, just showing people the area, showing everybody what's there, what isn't. Derek Clayton may have gone along here. We don't know where he went at the end of the day. We know his last sighting was the promenade, and we don't know much more than that. All we know is he has not been found, and he went missing by the River Wyre. So that's not good news. You know, we need to find him at the end of the day, find where he went last, and hopefully find the guy alive would be good. So yeah, we're going to keep walking around and just show people the area, and there we go. Do we think that it would be a good idea to have a missing persons team who are members of the public from all over the country, and then when somebody goes missing, they call upon the local-ish people and they straight away get looking for him or her. Obviously the police do this, but you know, resources and stuff, and sometimes they prioritise stuff late occasionally. This team of people, however, could be straight on the case, you know, looking around for where they may have gone, and anything found, obviously, you know, the police are sort of notified straight away. They don't get involved or interfere. Just an idea. I'm not sure if there is a team of people out there that do that, or a team of the public, volunteers and stuff, but just an idea. So guys, we're going to walk back up to the car park area. We've just walked to the river. We're going to walk back now. We didn't find anything on the video, as you can see. However, as you can see on the video, it is not the best area. Whether the police have searched all down there in the river, who knows? But it is not the best area. To be fair, I don't think myself that is not, you know, it looks pretty dodgy. Very quiet, isolated. A person could easily go missing or worse down that area. Not sure what people think. Please leave a comment to show what you think. Let me know what you think, and we'll go from there. So, everybody, what are we thinking about Derek Clayton? Are we thinking he's gone missing? Are we thinking he's been murdered? Are we thinking he's committed suicide in the river? What are we thinking? I've showed everybody the area, so that gives a good idea of what we're dealing with. Okay. The police haven't said much. They've done a forensic examination on the car and the car park where we've showed you, and that is that. They have not said no more than that. So, what are we thinking? Leave a comment. Let me know. To be honest, I'm not sure what to think myself, but all I know is it is a little bit weird. So everybody, thanks for watching the video. How important do we think the 23 was? Do we think the 23 is a sign that somebody is using the number 23 for a reason? It is strange, to be honest. The person who filmed this for me did not go looking for the 23. They literally just walked to the first post from the car park and it was right there in front of her. So, yeah, odd one that. But anyway, drop your thoughts in the comments and there we go. There it is, the number 23.